Hello, hello, it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to Thursday Night Stamp Therapy. I'm so excited to be live tonight on Facebook. I had to pre-record the last 2 weeks because I had other conflicts, so it feels good to be live, and I can't wait to share with you tonight. I had to restart this video because it was looking really funny on my side, but everything looks good for me. Hopefully it looks good for you guys. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Let me know that you can see everything okay. Oh, good. I'm seeing your thumbs up. Hopefully we are good. Hi, everybody. Hi, Janet. Hi, Barb. Oh, my goodness. Hello, Mary Beth. Okay, guys. Pam, hi. I'm so excited. You guys are all here tonight. Did you miss me the last 2 weeks? It just wasn't the same pre-recording. And I need to know because I'm thinking ahead already for next week. Next week is Thanksgiving here in the United States, and we're headed up to Michigan. And so I really want to be live, and I'm hoping that I can. But I'm curious, what are your plans for Thanksgiving? Are you going to be tuning in Thanksgiving night, or will you be watching the replay? Are you going to be with family this year? Hopefully you'll be gathering with family and friends. So leave a comment. Let me know what you're doing for Thanksgiving. Let me know if you plan to watch. And whether I pre-record or whether I'm live, there will definitely be a video at 7:10 p.m. next Thursday night on Thanksgiving. Oh my goodness. What time is it in Manchester? I get all my time zones mixed up, so I can never remember. I want to say like 6 hours ahead of where I'm at here, right in the middle of the United States. Okay, you guys, look at all these beautiful cards. I am so blessed. Right before we got on, I was going through my pile of cards, and many of these my helper Shar had set aside for me, and so I was seeing them for the first time. And oh my gosh, I just am so overwhelmed with your heartfelt cards and your notes, and it just made me feel so loved. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Many of these cards are doubles that were sent from the Great Big Card Swap, and some of them are just extra cards that were sent to me. So I just wanted to do a little mail call and show you some of those doubles and show you some of the cards that I've received over the last couple weeks, and just say thank you so much. You know, we talk about this all the time about how handmade cards make such a difference to get them in the mail. And so I hope that you're sharing your handmade cards with your friends and family so they are feeling the love that I feel right now. Whether you're sending Christmas cards already or thinking of you cards, Thanksgiving cards, just because cards, like I feel like those are the most important, the ones that just come at a random time to know that someone is thinking of you and cares enough to send something so special as a handmade card. So keep sharing what you love. Keep sending these cards. All right, I'm going to dig in. I'm going to share all of these. I have 2 brand new projects to share with you today. I'm really excited about them. And then I want to share some more samples with you using some dies that are on sale. Tonight is the last night for the seasonal sale. It's Stampin' Up's Black Friday sale. It started on Tuesday the 16th and then the 17th and the 18th. So tonight is the last night. So if you want to get any of the seasonal sale stuff, then you want to go to my online store at juliedavison.com/shop. Today, it ends tonight. In just a couple hours, you can get 10% off cardstock, 15% off ink pads, and 20% off dies from the annual catalog. Leave a comment. Have you placed a seasonal sale order? What is your favorite thing? What are you stocking up on? What are you excited about? Leave a comment because somebody else may be inspired by what you're getting and want to shop for the same thing. But let's dig into these beautiful, amazing cards. I want to start here with these gift tags from Anne Schillinger. How fun is this to just include a little something extra? It could be a bookmark or a gift tag like these, but I think that's just a fun little extra to tuck inside the card. And so, Anne, you have inspired me. Thank you so much for sending a little something extra and inspiring me to do the same the next time I send somebody a card. These are so much fun, and I'm going to enjoy using them on gift packages this Christmas. Here's a card. There are 2 here from Cheryl McLean. They both got stuck in my pile, but one of them is for the October swap, which was thankful. And it came late after the October swap video, but I still will be swapping this out. with one of the other late cards that came. So Cheryl, thank you so much for sending me an extra, and I will be sending one back to you. I just realized that I need to pull your envelope out. So I gotta, stick it, okay. I didn't want to get all mixed up. Okay, so Cheryl, beautiful card. She's got the embossing paste here with the brick in the background. And then, do you see the crystal effects on the water? This jar of card is so beautiful. You bring color to my world. I love that. Cheryl, thank you so much for sending that in. I'm sorry it got late with all the other, and you missed all the other October cards, but you will get a card back. So with a great big card swap, if ever your card arrives late, no worries. We cannot count on exact times from the post office, so I will always make sure that you get a card back when you send a card. Here's a card from Karen Fletcher. Oh my gosh, I love this. This was one of the cards that Karen sent in for the Great Big Card Swap, and she sent an extra for me. These jingle bells are so much fun, and Karen put in some tea in there for me, as well as some extra stamps. So Karen, thank you so much. It just made me so happy to read your note and to get your extra little somethings. You guys, oh, you make me feel so special. Thank you so much, Karen. Here's a card from Beth Barney. I just love it. I'm trying to remember what Beth said. And said, oh yeah, I featured one of her cards on Thursday Night Stamp Therapy from the Great Big Card Swap. And so she was just saying thank you. And this beautiful card is so awesome. This is the Sentimental Rose card kit. Some of the pieces from that. And then a paisley embossing folder in the background. Beautiful colors, beautiful card. Beth, thank you for making my day and making me smile. Here's one from Janet Casto. Janet said she sent it for the November card swap, but I don't remember seeing a second card, so it must still be making its way to me. But this is one of those really cool, what do you call this kind of easel? Like it kind of has a pop out, like a dome easel card. I think it's really fun. This one uses the Whimsical Trees stamp set. So Janet, thank you for sending the extra. I'm sure your other one will pop up for the next swap video, which is going to be Tuesday, November 30th. Did you guys watch the last swap video on Tuesday night? Oh my goodness, 150 Christmas cards. It took 2 hours, so if you had to break it up into 2 sittings, I do not blame you. I'll leave the link in the video description if you haven't seen it, because there are just so many amazing cards that were so inspiring. All right, this card came from Nicole Anderson. I'm just looking at her note again. And she and her mom both sent in cards. I love that you are doing this with your mom, Nicole. Like, it just makes me so happy because, you know, I do this with my mom too. And we've been stamping for 20 years. I wish that we lived closer together so that we could stamp together more often. I hope that you and your mom, Nicole, get to stamp together a lot more often than my mom and I do. Here's a beautiful card from Kim Guerrero. She is a member of my team and an all-star at that. I love this card with the expressions in ink. These stamped images are just so beautiful. And Kim always just has such an amazing touch adding the splatter and the gems. I feel like it's just always so well put together and perfect. Kim, thank you so much for this beautiful card. You always inspire me with your beautiful art. Next card is from Lynn Werner. Oh my goodness! We have a vellum background that's embossed, and then we have a little ink technique back there, which is so gorgeous by itself for autumn. And then we have the pretty pumpkins, which are colored, and then we've got the glitter. Like, this card is just so gorgeous. So gorgeous for fall. Lynn, thank you so much for this beautiful Thanksgiving card. I'm so thankful for you for sharing your beautiful art, not only in the Facebook group, but also with the Great Big Card Swap. You always just have the most beautiful cards, and it makes my day to see them. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. I'm like remembering all the messages. This one is from Debbie Thomas, and Debbie wanted to send along some pumpkin embossing folders. I was admiring the one that she used on her card swap last month, and so she sent a couple extra for me and Mom. Debbie, that was so thoughtful of you. Thank you so much. This stamp set, consequently, is one of my favorite. It's retired, but I just always loved the two-step stamp that fit into the leaves and then the stripes and the dots. I don't remember the name of the stamp set, but I do love it so much, and it's really pretty in the Highland Heather. Debbie, thank you so much for being so thoughtful and sending this card. Oh my gosh, I love this one. It's getting caught on the other card. I get it. Oh, there we go. This one is from Nancy Clark. Let me take out the note so you can see. We have a piece of designer paper that is glued to the flap, and I thought that was a really clever way to have the look of designer paper and still get to see like the inside. I love this card so much, Nancy. She said she's had a lot going on. So Nancy, I'm thinking of you and praying that things are going better and that they continue to get better. Thank you so much for this beautiful card. I just love it so much. I love the colors. I love the sentiment. This is one of the label dies from, which one is that? Tasteful. I think I have it right here. There are so many fantastic label dies that are on sale right now. And yes, it's this one right here. It's part of the Tasteful label dies, 152886, and just such a great assortment of stitched labels. So if you're looking for like versatile labels for cards that are maybe bigger than a punch, like this one, this is a good set to have. Thank you so much for that card, Nancy. Oh my goodness, look at this one. This is from Amber Hatfield, and she used the paper pumpkin from September 2021, this last one, and she cut apart those treat boxes to make this pumpkin. Isn't that clever? I love the little bit of the paper there for the stem, and then the die cut leaves. Amber, this card is so much fun. I still have that kit. I really haven't done a lot with it yet, and so you've really inspired me to use those boxes to create a pumpkin. I just love this so much. Thank you so much for sending this to me, and your sweet note as well. Oh, this is another one that is just so wonderful. Jake Myers sent me this card, and I don't want to read Jake's note without her permission, but she has been dealing with some health issues, and stamping has kind of brought her out of that. And I just love that so much, Jake. And it made me feel so happy to read about your journey, and knowing that that stamping and crafting had a small part in helping you to feel better and be yourself again. So Jake, thank you not only for this beautiful card, but also for sharing your cards every month with the Great Big Card Swap. It is so amazing to see your artwork, and I love that it brings you as much joy as it brings me. Oh, Becky Barber! Becky sent me some of these fun butterflies. She sent me one, I think it was Becky that sent me some butterflies before, and I snapped the butterfly before I had a chance to share it on camera. But this is so much fun. Flying butterfly. I don't know if Becky or somebody else told me. I think they said they got these on Amazon. So it has some extra rubber bands in there, and so you wind it up. Becky says 15 times. The package says 25 times. And then you would fold it flat. Let me see if I can show you. You would put it inside a card like this, and then when you open it up, it flies. Isn't that fun? I love the idea of including something extra when you're sending a card to somebody, whether it's just an extra little thing like this, a little butterfly to make them smile, or some tea or something like that. I think that's just so much fun. So Becky, thank you for sharing these with me. I will definitely pass them along and put them in somebody's card as a fun surprise. Oh, these cards, the rest of them are duplicate cards from the Great Big Card Swap. Sometimes people send 2 cards, one for me to keep, and it always is such a treat because whenever I see these cards, like we had 150 cards on Tuesday, I want to keep them all. Like, it's so hard to say goodbye to them and send them on their way to somebody else. And so it just tickles me when you guys sent an extra for me, and then I don't have to have that, like, I don't have to have that anxiety about sending them away and not keeping them. So these are all duplicates. I'm going to go through them really quick. I shared them already on Tuesday, but I want to share them again since I got one for myself. So thank you so much to Mesa Sama and Yolanda Garza. Here's one from April Booth. This one is from Paula Schumann. This one from Valerie Zimmerman. Kathy Cornea. Jeannie Hurst. Joan Talent. I love the foil in the different colors. Here's one from Kathy Smith. Lynn Werner. Marilyn Kane with this fun Velcro. Not Velcro. Buckle. I don't know why I said Velcro. Oh my goodness. And this one from Chris McQuaid included a gift card inside. Chris, thank you so much. I'm just seeing your note now, and so I want to give credit because you did include a note inside. Let's see. Chris says that she got the simple, clean card design from Masquerade Blogspot, and a card fold with a pocket for the gift card was inspired by Jackie Bullheis. So, Chris, thank you so much. I am so excited to be able to keep this card because I love the combination of the letters with the designer paper. A little bit of Wink Stella on those die cut letters. So much fun. And if you don't already have it, the Playful Alphabet stamp set that was used for this card is on sale, 20% off, which ends tonight. So with the Playful Alphabet set, you can die cut and create words or names and customize your projects. Whether you want to say Christmas or thank you or hello or somebody's name, you can spell anything out with the Playful Alphabet dies. It also has some punctuation in there, like the ampersand and the question mark, the exclamation point, the hashtag, and we even have some of the accented letters for other languages. So Playful Alphabet dies. Here's the item number 152706. You can get this in the annual catalog. It's not retiring, but it's on sale tonight for 20% off. That's so awesome. Okay, those are all the cards that I was blessed to receive over the last 2 weeks. Thank you guys so much for those amazing cards. Let's go really quick. I want to share some more samples while I'm sharing for the seasonal sale. Okay, so like I said, this ends tonight, 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time, which is in just a couple hours. So until then, you can save 10% on cardstock, 15% on ink pads, 20% off on dies. And those are dies from the annual catalog, not the mini catalog. You can shop online at juliedavison.com/shop. So many amazing things. It's a great time to stock up on cardstock, complete your ink pad collection, or just pick up some extra dies. Now, if you've been thinking about being a demonstrator, holy cow, do it tonight. I'm not kidding you. For only $75, you can choose $125 in product, and that can include the stuff that's on sale. What? It's such an amazing deal. I have had 3 people join this week to take advantage of the seasonal sale, plus the Start with Savings starter kit promotion. So if you are on the fence, jump off. I'll put some details and link to more FAQs in the video description when we're all done. If you're ready to just do it, tinyurl.com/SU starter kit is going to have you join right under me. And like I said, you can choose $125 in product for $75 plus tax. Shipping is free. You can get whatever you want, whether that is the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine or seasonal sale products. And look at that savings with shipping and tax. This is how much it would cost you as a customer to order. This is how much you could buy it for with your starter kit. And so that's how much you would save. Like, that's crazy. This savings almost pays for the starter kit. crazy, crazy, crazy. This special is going on through the end of November, November 30th, so you still have plenty of time. I wanted to highlight really quickly some of my favorite dies that are on sale. Now, these are in the annual catalog, so even though the sale ends tonight on Thursday, November 18th, 2021, these dies will continue to be available in the annual catalog. So even if you don't get them on sale, you can still grab them in my online store at juliedavison.com/shop. I showed you the Playful Alphabet, definitely one of my favorites. This one, the layering diorama dies. I love these so much. Item number 155565. And I think I have one card to show you. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Do you remember this card? We did this in another video, and I'll try to remember to put the link in the video description. This is a double slider card, and I used the layering diorama to cut out this with the fish. But you can use these diorama cards with like so many different stamp sets. In fact, I'm working on a project now with the Peaceful Cabin and the diorama card. So I love it. I love it for so many things. So definitely consider those diorama cards. There's also a fish die set that has the detailed image like this coral, which is super awesome. Okay, that's the diorama. The next one, oh my gosh, these tailor tags, tailor-made tags have been super, super popular. 155563. They might be on low inventory or even on back order because that's how awesome they are. Here are two different cards made with those tailor-made tags. This one I got in Maui from Benty Snow. She's a demonstrator, I think on the East Coast of the United States. And then here's one that I made with the Beauty of the Earth set. These stitch tags come with two different like top options, right? The straight and then the curve, and then several different sizes. So really fun tag set, so many different ways that you'll be able to use these. This one is probably my most used die set. This one is Stitched So Sweetly dies. I probably use this more than any other. 151690. I showed you an example earlier. Oh no, I didn't, not with this one. I don't know if I pulled out any examples with this one. I didn't, but I use it all the time. They're really great scallop stitch rectangles and then some different tag shapes as well. I think that's what I love about this set is there's so many versatile shapes and sizes. Here's a really fun one that is sort of new to the catalog, the Basic Border Dies, number 155558. And it has basic borders. So I do have a few samples to show you using the basic borders, or maybe just one. Here's one. I think I posted some earlier. I use the stitched border here. It's so easy though to mix and match these with different stamp sets. I've used the cloud border punch with the sunshine set, and I know I've used several others as well. I've just already sent those cards. Next up, the Picture This die. There are actually two dies in here. There's the rectangles and then there's the circles. I've used the rectangles more than I've used the circles. In fact, I couldn't find a card that had the circles. But here are some cards that use the rectangle dies. It's one die and it cuts 3 windows. And so then you can put some designer paper in the background or different paper in each window. Here's one I did with the peaches. And then most recently, I did this card with the Whimsical Trees. So many ways that you can use the Picture This dies. And then it has stitched tags that come out of those holes that then you can use on other cards as well. Have you been thinking about this one? I wasn't so sure when I saw it in the catalog, but I'm so glad that I got it because I've had so much fun with it. All right, another one that I use a lot, it's really similar to the Stitch So Sweetly, is the Scallop Contour dies. This one also has some stitched rectangles, but they're different sizes and different stitching, whereas these are all consistently the same scallop and the same stitching. These are different scallops, different stitching. We do have a scallop border in there, as well as a couple dies that cut out the coordinating stamp images. Now let me show you, I have some cards that use those scallop contour dies. So all of these pansy cards use the different scallop dies. This one is the big one. So really another good versatile set to have for tags. I have some other samples here, but I don't have the dies pulled. So let me just open up the catalog and I'll show you really quickly some of these other ones that you may choose to consider if you are looking at dies, whether or not you're looking at the dies that are on sale. Or while it's on sale, the poinsettia dies, that's such a good one. There's so many good ones that really hold their own even without the coordinating stamps. So here's one, the potted succulents. I just wanted to share some cards with you. I love this detailed die in the background. And these labels are also part of that set. So the potted succulents. And then another one that's really fun that I haven't had a chance to play with yet is the Give It a Whirl. I have a couple card examples using the Give It a Whirl dies. This one is from Mercy Ermikoff, and she has the Give It a Whirl with the hat. How cute is this? Oh my gosh. So this is combining the hat's offset with the Give It a Whirl. I love that. And then this card I got from Mom, Susan LaCroix, using the Sweet Symmetry stamp set and In Symmetry designer paper. So you can see you have a cut window and there are different shapes to cut. And then the little wheel allows you to move that and have different pictures showing from each one. Here is one more. This is part of the Great Big Card Swap. This one is by Mio, and she is using that Sweet Stockings designer paper and having a different cutie in each window as you rotate the die. So these are called Give It a Whirl, and that's a really fun die set to think about getting if you're shopping for new dies. Okay, all of these dies in the annual catalog are all 20% off with the sale ending tonight at 11:59 p.m. So many options, so overwhelming. I hope though that I gave you some ideas and helped you to narrow down some of my favorites that I think you'll get a lot of use of. Are you guys ready to make some cards? Heck yeah, you are. Let's get started. Oh, I just saw Nancy Bodie leave a comment. She came to Stamp Club this morning, and here is one of the projects that we made. In fact, Nancy, I'm sorry to say both of the projects I'll be sharing tonight are ones that you saw or ones that you made during Stamp Club. So I apologize for the repeats, but they're such awesome projects that I just had to share them again. So the Sweet Stockings stamp set is the one that I'm using. It has a coordinating die set, which has been so much fun. And I just thought of a card I want to pull out. Okay, there it is. I'm going to show you that next. Okay, so for this club project that we made for Stamp Club today, I was inspired by this card by Amy Story. And she used the scallop contour die to die cut the label that is sort of the focal point. And so I used the same die to die cut my label, and I loved her layout so much that I wanted to do the same layout. So let me show you the components of this layout. It really is kind of a great way to show off some coordinating designer paper. So we're going to start with our card base, which is just a regular card, 5.5 by 8.5 folded in half. And then the next component is the designer paper on the side. This is 2 inches by 5.25. And then we have a second piece of designer paper that is also 2 inches wide, but shorter. This one is 3.5 inches. I'll add those measurements to the video description when I'm all done. So here is the base of our card. We have the designer paper layout, and then of course the little scallop contour die. And so instead of the Whimsical Trees and the Whimsy and Wonder, I am using the Sweet Little Stockings. So we're going to start with some stamping and some coloring. And I've got my stamps ready to go from Stamp Club. So we have a stocking and the little dog. And then we're also going to add a little Santa hat for him and some words. Very merry and Santa Paws is coming to town. So with my black ink pad, we're going to stamp the stocking, oops, and the dog. Now there are 3 options here for pets. We have the dog, the cat, and the little hamster. So tell me which of these is your favorite. Are you a dog person or a cat person, or are you a hamster person? If you're an animal lover, in general, I know you are loving this Sweet Little Stockings. sweet because it is just so cute, the designer paper, having different animals on it and fun Christmas colors. I have some more samples that I'll be sharing with you when we're all done creating this card. But before we get to that, I'm going to do some coloring. So on our dog, I'm going to do, with the light crumb cake, I'm going to color around his face. I love that you could totally customize your coloring on the dog and the cat to match the pet that you have at home. Or maybe you're making a card to send to somebody else who has a pet for Christmas. I'm seeing some of your comments. It looks like we have a lot of dog people here on the video tonight. I'm a dog person too, but only because I'm allergic to cats. And so I've never been fond of cats because they made me sneeze. Shar, I saw that you asked where my grid paper is. I usually don't use grid paper in my videos. I know that's kind of crazy, but I like the contrast of the desk against the cardstock so you guys can see what I'm doing a little easier. Sometimes I do bring in the grid paper when I need to stamp over the edge, but most of the time I usually can get by without it. Okay, so crumb cake for the dog's face. And then for the stocking, I'm going to use the Old Olive light and dark. And so I'm going to start with the light, and I'm going to color in the center part of the stocking. With Stampin' Blends, I usually start with the light and then I go back with the dark. Are you guys the same way, or do you start with the dark and then blend? I'm starting to use the blends a little bit more. I think for a long time I didn't use them because I don't like coloring. I have to whisper that because I feel like it's hard to admit that I don't like to color. I know many of you find it like therapeutic and enjoy it, but like I just don't have the patience. I just want to be done. For this one, the light is really just like a base coat, and I want it to be the darker color, and then I can add, like, go back with the dark and add some extra lines, but the light still kind of comes through. I chose the dark cherry cobbler for the stocking trim. Because it's such a dark color, I'm just gonna have just a stripe there, and then of course I'm gonna stamp color my Santa hat. I like the Santa hat because it's really easy. One color. It's hard to screw up. I did get my color lifter out in case I made any mistakes, but I think I did pretty good. I'm going to add Wink of Stella, which is our glitter pen, to the top of the stocking and the bottom of the stocking, and also the Santa hat and the palm. And we are ready to do some die cutting. So let's get out. Should we do Lucy? Hi, Lucy. Lucy is my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and she's perfect for little jobs like these images. I got the wrong plate there. So Lucy comes with all the plates and the cutting pads that she needs. And we're going to get our dies out. Just like with the big Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, you just want to rotate your pads, turn them over, try to get even wear so that you don't have any buckling. If you have issues with the dies shifting, you could use Post-its or washi tape to hold the dies in place. I know, where's my magnetic bowl? It's actually right behind me. I'm going to stick these right back in. Oh, no! That is really disappointing. I know someone that said that they always die cut first before they color so that if it messes up, they didn't waste that coloring. But we're just going to trim and make this work. Oh, what a bummer. Let me get my scissors. At least it's like an easy trim. I'm just going to trim along the line, and it's going to be just a little skinnier of a stocking. Oh my goodness. I thought about using the Post-it, and I was like, oh no, I got this. I can do it. I think that if you don't know what it's supposed to look like, I don't think it's that noticeable. So we're going to go with it. And let's put these back in our case so we don't lose them. Okay, our card is coming together so nicely. Oh, there's one little piece. There it is. I have a little piece of crumb cake. It's 1.5 inch by 5/8 inch, I think. And that's going to be very merry. And then on the inside, I'm going to do Santa Claus is coming to town. And I'm going to add some presents. Always try to remember to decorate the inside. Now, you're not gonna watch me color, but I'm gonna go back later and I'll color in the presents and I'll show you the finished card. In fact, I'll put this one together. I was going to say, should we skip right to it? But sometimes it's fun to watch the put it together process. Hi, Margot. Margot is at Stamp Club today too. So Margot, you're just in time to watch the projects that we made today. I love this card so much though. It's so cute. So I'm going to put this right down here. And then let's see. Oh, I want to add some glitter organdy ribbon. This is the black glitter organdy ribbon, which you'll find in the annual catalog. And there's also white glitter organdy ribbon, which is in the mini catalog. So I'm going to add this on the card. And I'm going to put it, I want the label to go here and the ribbon to go right about there. I love, Nancy did this today. She angled it and I love the angle. So I'm going to add the angle to my card. Oh, okay. I thought I could hold with one finger and get the tape with the other, but I don't think I am so coordinated. Okay. That looks almost right. That looks better. Okay, so this now is going to go on Stampin' Dimensionals over the ribbon. Oh, Nancy said she won't send the cards that she made to her sister who's also watching. I don't know, Susan, maybe you'll want one of these after you see it. But you won't be surprised. Okay, there is the label. This is going to go on the inside with the coloring to be done later. And lastly, we're going to add our little stocking and our dog and the Santa hat. I'm using Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of all of these pieces. Let's start with the stocking and then the dog. And the Santa hat, so cute. And then we're going to put Very Merry over here. I moved it down because I wanted to have a little bit of the paper showing on the top. So there's our finished card. And let me show you the inside of the other one where I colored in those gifts. Isn't this cute? Oh my gosh, I love this suite so much. It is just so fun and whimsical with these cute little animals. Let me show you some more card samples using the sweet little stockings because they're too cute. Well, I showed you this card earlier. This was one from the Great Big Card Swap from Kathy Smith, and she sent an extra for me. Yay! Thank you, Kathy. We have the brick wall and then the mantle, and so the cat and dogs are hanging there waiting for Santa to see what Santa's going to bring. Here's another one from the Great Big Card Swap. This one is from Carmen Melendez. Paws, Joy, and Kisses. Oh, so cute. This little banner piece comes from oh, it's smaller. It's smaller than the banner that's in there. Maybe it's from something else, or Carmen got really creative. The designer paper is the Sweet Little Stockings. Here's one that I made where I fussy cut the dog from the Sweet Little Stockings designer paper. And then here are a couple other cards. I shared these ones on my blog today with the flap. We did that a couple weeks ago in early November. And I used the felt, the stitched felt here on the die cut snowflake. You open it up and it's got presents inside. And then here's another one that I made recently with a kitty cat and the presents stamped at the bottom. Oh my goodness, so stinking cute. What do you think of this card? Yay! Is this a card that you would make and send to your family and friends? All right, we're going to kind of switch directions. I think this is kind of cute and fun. Well, the other card is fun too, but it's not... I wouldn't call it cute. So the next card we're going to use the Peaceful Cabin stamp set. And this is one that was inspired by the Great Big Card Swap. So in the card swap, there were 3 cards that used the Peaceful Cabin stamp set. And all 3 cards were like the same card design, just using different patterns of designer paper. So I really loved the idea of doing a spanner card with this stamp set and with this designer paper. And so inspired by all of these cards from the Great Big Card Swap, I designed a card that's pretty similar. I mean, all these are pretty much the same. So I'll show you my version. This card is from Ann Schillinger. This one is from Kay Johnson. And this one is from Patsy Marshall. So 3 people who participated in the Great Big Card Swap will get one of these cards back. And if you love that card too and want to make it at home, I'll be sharing the measurements so that you can stamp and make this card at home. So we're using the dies that coordinate with the Peaceful Cabin and also the Peaceful Place designer paper. I'm sorry I forgot to put little post-it notes on these pieces. But I will include the measurements in the video description when I'm all done. So if you want to come back and take a look at that, you can. So let's start with our card base. This is 5.5 by 8.5 basic gray cardstock. And I have scored in half at 4 1/4. And then I cut from the end to the folds. Now, the first time I made this, I cut 1 inch. I did 1 1/4 inch, and then I did a 1 inch piece of designer paper, but I wanted to have the center be a little bit bigger. So on this one, I cut at, oh golly, I think it's 1 1/8. Let me just measure that really quick. Yes, 1 1/8. There. 1 1/8. And the other cards, some of them were a little skinnier, like this one's skinny and this one is bigger. So like it doesn't matter. You can adjust to your own designer paper and to your own style. But I did 1 1/8 inch from each end. And then for the piece that goes in the middle, the designer paper is 3 inches by 4 inches. I loved just the simplicity of that measurement. So 3 inches by 4 inches, that's going to go in the center. And then the designer paper pieces, you need 4 of these. These are 7/8 inch by 4 inches. So 7/8 inch because the the strips on the side are 1 1/8. So we just went 1/4 of an inch less. You do need 4 of them. You're going to have 2 of them go on the front, on those side panels. And then the other 2 are going to go on the inside, evenly spaced from the edges and the top and the bottom. Then for the inside, we have a piece of Basic White. It's the same size as the designer paper. So this is 4 by 3. And then I'm layering it onto a piece of Smoky Slate that is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Before I glue these together, I'm going to do a little cheat and I'm going to punch so that I can have a layer for the front of my card. And then this is just going to get covered up, so no one's even going to know. I love to conserve cardstock like that. On the inside, let's do our stamping really quick. We're going to stamp the trees. I'm using Smoky Slate and then the dark Basic Gray for the inside sentiment. So let's stamp those. For this, I do need my grid paper. I'm going to use the back side of my seasonal sale since it's over in just a couple hours. This stamp has 3 trees in it, and I just want really like the corner of just 2 of them. So I'm going to stamp off the edge a little bit there for those trees, and then the big sentiment that is going to go in the center here is, may you enjoy the peace of this beautiful season. And while I've got that out, I'm also going to stamp for the front, wishing you the best. Okay, let's glue this down really quick. The double oval punch has both the solid oval and the scallop in one punch. So I punched that white one from this here, and then the other one I've got from the layer. Now I'm going to put this on the gray, and I'm going to tell you, when you're putting this on, like, leave a little more space at the bottom than the top, because when you add this to your card, you're going to end up with a little bit that hangs down, because the inside of the card is 4 1/4. And so see, if you do the same size, it's just going to go over a little bit. I would rather have it like go over than be too short. So that's why I didn't try to cut it smaller, but that's fine. So we're going to add this to the inside right in the center. And then we're just going to trim with scissors to cut off that extra. Okay, this beautiful card is almost done. I love how simple and easy it is. Okay. But we're missing one thing. We're missing the cabin. So this cabin piece is going to cut the piece for the spanner. So for this one, I am using some heavier cardstock. I'm using a piece of thick Basic White cardstock, and I've lost my cardstock. So I'm just going to get out another piece. For this one, I did 2 3/4 inches by 5 1/2. And again, this is the thick cardstock because it's going to span those 2 panels, and I want to make sure that it's extra sturdy. So we're going to stamp the cabin. And before we stamp the cabin, I want to show you the die that is going to die cut the cabin. So it has an extended side, and it has like a little snowy hill, because we need this image to go all the way across the card, I want to make sure that I'm stamping my cabin toward the left side of the card so that I can die cut the whole thing. Now the die does go longer off the edge of both sides, so I don't have to get it perfect. There is a little wiggle room, but I do want to make sure that it is stamped fairly close to the left side. So we're going to stamp this distinctive cabin image. Distinctive is the technique that they use when they create these dies to have such amazing detail here. I just love that image. Okay, so now we're going to use the die and we're going to cut that out. And I think this will fit in Lucy. So let's get Lucy back out. And this time I'm not going to be silly. I will use my Post-it sticky note to hold the die in place. We don't want any chances here. Let's see, that looks like it lines up. And the Post-it just has a nice removable adhesive, so it'll hold the die in place and then easily remove when we're all done. I'm noticing something. Let me show you. Remember how I said like you want to do it to the left side? I didn't get quite over far enough. I had plenty of room on this side, but it didn't quite get to the edge. But that is okay. It's really easy to fix that. We're just going to take the scissors and give that a little snip to complete the cut all the way across. Okay, there is our cabin piece. Let's get this back in. Look at these awesome dies that come in this set. We have this detailed cabin as well as some detailed trees, some snowflakes. This one die cuts the tree image, and then there's some fence, and this die cuts the fence image as well. Really cool dies. This is a nice set. Okay, our card is nearly complete. We're going to use tear and tape to attach the cabin to the card. A little lint on that piece. So I'm going to use one piece on each end. And if you wanted to, you could use more, as long as you don't go past like the side here, because you don't want it to glue the center down. So just a piece on each end, and then it's going to go all the way to the bottom of the card. Spanning those two side panels. So it's called the Spanner Panel Card. And then to finish it off, our little greeting on the front is going to go on with Stampin' Dimensionals. You know what? We're not quite done. We need one more thing. This card is so beautiful, and we have the sparkle in the designer paper. Do you see that specialty foil? But I think we need a little more sparkle. So we're going to use the Wink of Stella glitter brush to color the snow on the rooftop and a little bit here in the front. Little sparkle. I don't know how well you can see that on camera. Let me, I feel like I need to squeeze out just a little more. It's probably time for a new Wink of Stella. When I put my order in tonight, I'll have to add another one. Oh my gosh, I love how simple and beautiful this card is. So we have the front, and then the middle card, and then the inside. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Thank you to our swappers who inspired me. Let me get those out again and just show you, like, we all use the same Peaceful Place designer paper and did the same kind of thing. Here we've got the fence on Anne's card. We added snowflakes are a fun embellishment on Kay's card. And then I love the die cut trees, the black trees and the other ones here, and then the ribbon on Patsy's card. So lots of different ways to make this card. I hope that we've all inspired you and that you'll give this card a try at home. Let's recap. We made 2 cards tonight, and then I shared a bunch of other cards. I would love to know which card you like best tonight. Which one is more your style? Do you love the beautiful scenery like this, the darker colors? Or do you prefer the more whimsical cards like the cute dog and the sweet stocking? Leave me a comment and let me know which one you prefer. Make sure that you give me a thumbs up or a heart, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. I appreciate all your support. You don't want to miss out on future videos, so make sure to subscribe on YouTube. Make sure to like and follow my Facebook page so you can see all the cards and videos I have to share in the future. I'll be back on Sunday with Mom for Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie at noon Central Time this coming Sunday. And then do not miss out. We will have a video next week on Thanksgiving. So join me. In fact, I think we're going to do some fun stamp along with me. So watch the Facebook page. I'll be sharing measurements for you to prepare so that you can stamp and make some cards along with me that night. I'll see you very soon. Happy stamping and have a great week. Bye.